I first met John in 1989 when he came as a transfer student from Memphis State University. He wasn't happy there, he just lost his mom and dad. And very shortly after he came here, he found me and said, "I found my home here." And he's continued to find his home here and also to make this a home for other students.
John loves to see everybody around him really happy, and whatever he can do to make you laugh or make you smile or tell you a funny story, John's gonna do it.
So he's also very sensitive to the needs of others. You don't have to call him and ask him all the time. Very often he just senses that this is a place where somebody needs help, and he goes and volunteers.
I think John exemplifies the spirit that CBU tries to instill in its students, that of a servant leader. He is very dedicated to the students and to the culture here on campus, and whatever he can do to make that better for our past students and current students and future students, he is willing to do.
John has been very consistent to work directly with students. He helps during the freshman starting day. He discusses books with them, he tutors them, he sponsors foreign students and helps them, gives them ride to the store because they don't have transportation. So it's those little things that they make John very popular with the students, and also sort of an unsung hero, because he's been doing this for years and years and years, ever since I've known him for over 20 years now.
Brother Rob Wazelski has described John as having a ministry of presence, and I think that fits him to a T, because a ministry of presence is really about being present when you're needed. Sometimes it's to give advice, sometimes it's just to be there to listen, but it's always to have the good of the student as your main goal. He doesn't push himself on students. They certainly seem to have the word out and gravitate to him, and I think that that's a blessing for the whole campus.
John has a great spirit of kindness and willing to help other individuals, no matter who you are, what background you came from. Doesn't matter to John. John just loves to help people. And so even though tax season for someone who works at the IRS, and even in my profession, is one of the busiest times of the year and you're working long, crazy hours, John didn't care about coming up many Saturdays in a row to volunteer with the program to help people in the community who needed help with their taxes.
These are usually immigrants or the very poor people, and they have no idea how to go about doing these things. And of course, they cannot afford to pay somebody to do that. So his idea of service, to come out and serve the community, which is one of the mottos of CBU, John is a very good reflection of that.
He loves giving back to the school and doing whatever he can do. He's always helping students on campus, coming back to all the different events. I always see him at everything, all the alumni events. He spends a lot of time giving back to the university.
John recently was elected to be president of the Alumni Board, and that shows that his peers recognize, his dedication to CBU. He has been a member of the board for many years, but now finally he was elected to be the president, and I think that is a recognition by your peers is a big honor.
Often for the Distinguished Alumni Award, we think of people who've gone and invented something and done something far away. But what an honor it is to see someone given that honor who is close to home, who has really embodied the values that we hope other students do, and who has put them to good use. So he supports us in so many ways, in so many events.
Very often people don't think in those little things, they think in big terms. If I cannot do something big, then I cannot do anything, and that is not the case. One could be a good servant by just doing small things often.
John, I'm so excited and happy and honored for you. just so proud of all the work that you've done for the university. You set a great example to everyone around you, and I hope I can follow in your path one day.
What I find very rewarding is that you did find family here, but you also have made a family here in helping people. So thank you for all that you have done for CBU and for really living the mission as proof to others that it is something that we're able to do. So thank you, John, and keep up the good work.
As you have heard, you have had a tremendous impact among many students at CBU for many years. That is something we cannot measure. We can just guess at. This has been very, very good for the spirit of this university, and I want to encourage you to continue to do that as you have been doing for many years.